Hello, everyone. I'm laughing because I've had a heck of a time trying to get today's reading set up and going. Um, I started off with a couple of reads, and it I had trouble with the first one, trouble with the second one, and now I'm trying the third time. And I think this is just perfectly indicative of Gemini season and having interesting communication. And I think that might be something that we'll be dealing with as we go through Gemini season, Venus retrograde. We've got, the stars are always moving, right? Um, so, yeah, just an update, personal update from me. I, you might, you can see the angle is a little different. I'm trying to work with natural light in my new space and also just trying to, find the best direction that works for me. And so I'm actually using my drafting table as my desk because it has a lot of space and I just like it. What else? Yeah, so thank you. Welcome back. This is your reading for the week of May 24th, 2020. This reading will not resonate with everyone. It is meant to be a general or collective reading. So parts may resonate, parts may not. Take what works, leave the rest. And again, this reading is not meant to replace legal or medical professional advice. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to ask my spirit guides for their help. I'm asking my enlightened and ascended ancestors to come into this reading with guidance for the collective. I'm asking my enlightened and ascended masters and teachers to also come into this reading with advice for the collective. I also call on the spirit of air, spirit of water, spirit of fire, and spirit of earth to be present in this reading for the collective, and as well as the fifth element, the element that combines them all, spirit of nature, spirit of universal consciousness. Just ask that you come into this reading, spirit. Guide my hands, guide my tongue, guide my heart, guide my intuition towards what is best for the collective. Thank you, spirit. Sorry, I've got my washing machine going. Spirit, can you come into this reading with some advice for the collective? Can you come into this reading with some advice for the collective? Spirit, can you come into this reading with some advice for the collective for the week of May 24th? Spirit, can you come into this reading? Can you come into this reading, Spirit? Thank you. Wow, that's too many. No, that's not too many. That's what you gave me. Okay. That's too many. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, y'all. Okay. Let's see here. So first, let me do something really quickly. I want to lay this out in line. See where we're going with this storyline. Okay. Make room for one more. All right. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 cards out. So the first card we have is the Strength card. Next card is the Ten of Cups. Then we have the Page of Wands. Okay, yes, you can see. The Justice card. The Six of Cups. Queen of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Pentacles. Okay. So let's get an overall. I'm just going to get an overall read just from looking at it right now. Okay. Okay, this is interesting. There seems to be some back and forth in the readings today because some of the cards from the earlier readings that I tried have appeared again. This is interesting. But okay, so overall it looks like there is yes, some in and out energy, and possibly something to do with like legal matters, possibly having to do with children. So this could be news of some legal matter involving children. Maybe it's, I think it might be divorce. But it also looks at, yeah, someone is left alone here, but it's confusing as to who is left alone. So I'm just going to do this reading and you take it as it resonates or not. It might be partially you, it might be, partially someone else. I'll let you decide. I'll just tell what the cards are saying. So we're starting off, someone's starting off with a lot of courage. Someone is facing a situation head on with full courage. Someone is really looking to fulfill their idea of family, emotional connection, and from a spiritual level, this is eternal love. This is, my cup runneth over kind of love. This is, when I say love, I'm definitely talking about the eternal kind of love. This is something that is very deeply spiritual. When we look at the Page of Wands here, this is good news. This is good news that's coming across. It's a message, a good message that's coming through about this. And it looks like justice is here to balance things out. And when I look at the Justice card, I instantly think that there's some sort of legal matter or a lawyer or the law is involved here. But we also, I guess when we look at it from a spiritual level, how do we get balance in the situation without involving outside influence? And that could be through self-development, that could be through mediation, or it could be something done amicably. But and the Six of Cups shows up here, which could indicate this is something from the past that has come up, or this is something that is dealing with two children. Yeah. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is my this is my businesswoman who handles her stuff. But in this one, she seems sad. Um, the I don't know why she seems sad, but she is. Um, that's what I'm getting off this card, is that she's looking at all the things that she holds in her hand, and even though she can create all this goodness and all this beauty, right? She is very much family oriented, very much the nurturer, but also can bring in the pentacles. This is, mama can bring home the bacon and fry it up, right? So that is this energy, but it's sad. She's doing it sadly. And I think it's because of this energy here at the end, where sevens to me are, when we think about numerology, sevens are, this is hermit energy that's coming through in these cards. When I say hermit, this is this is someone that's fighting off all these other actions by themselves. Someone who is growing and harvesting their own success by themselves. They're not doing it with anyone else. You don't see anyone else in these cards. These are people doing this on their own. And I believe the Queen of Pentacles is, why did I want to say harboring that energy? Harboring that energy. Yeah, there's some news here, quite likely. And if this resonates with you, it could be that you are the Queen of Pentacles, and someone is possibly leaving the situation, or the situation is being balanced out, but you're still alone in doing something. Okay, so now I'm going to do this and see if the story changes any. If I read it in a different layout. So it's still, I'm reading boom, boom, boom. So again, the first part of the story remains the same. Someone is having a lot of courage and chasing their, they're taking a lot of, and it's not shown here, but there's action here. There's good news pertaining to maybe a new beginning, maybe a starting over, maybe there's courage here. But when we look at the Justice card that has come in, I still see some sort of legality here. Maybe someone is getting a divorce. Weird. Why am I seeing this? I think the key is in the Six of Cups. Someone is looking at their past life. Someone is trying to fulfill their ideal relationship, and maybe they've realized that it is about the kids. Oh wow. But yeah, this Queen of Pentacles still looks like a little sad, maybe looking, maybe looking, it's almost as if she's looking into like her own little crystal ball here, where she's looking at the past, but also Justice is bringing that forward. Justice is bringing that forward. But if we look at, from a Justice standpoint, with the Six of Cups, this is dealing with spiritual energy, spirituality of the past. And Justice is bringing balance to maybe remembering the good times. And that's the same thing that the Queen of Pentacles is doing, is remembering the good times, remembering that relationship, or even maybe thinking most about the kids in the situation, the children in the situation. Interesting. Yeah, the end is still the same. But if we remove this feeling from the Queen of Pentacles, the end of the story is that this situation is going to cause a need to take defensive action. You are at an advantage, but you will take this action. However, it will still feel like you are doing this by yourself. And even the Seven of Pentacles is saying, like, you're going to be successful. You've done all this work to harvest this. Now you've got to do the work to rebuild. And that's exactly what's showing up here. Someone else is starting over elsewhere and leaving this Queen of Pentacles, leaving this entrepreneur, moneymaker, nurturer, to fend for herself. And even though she can be without the King of Pentacles well on her own, but she's better as a nurturer. She's better caring for others. She's better, not only taking care of the earth, but taking care of her family, taking care of the world around her, taking care, she's got that kind of welcome energy. But in this card, she looks sad. Not so much like tenderly caring for the pentacle that she holds sway over. She is the queen. All right, let's look at the bottom of the deck here. We're at 16 minutes. Yeah. So this, at the bottom of the deck, is the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is about spiritual rest. This is about your mind is at rest. Your mind is at ease. You're not quite so much worried about a lot of things. I mean, you can see this person here is, this is basically their tomb. I don't know why I just got visuals of the, I believe it's called the Recoleta in Buenos Aires, but it's the Recoleta. I believe it's called the Recoleta, but the Recoleta in Buenos Aires is it's a cemetery, but it's got this grand, very grand architecture to it. Like, these are not just above ground tombs. These are actual. Some of them have the feeling of being either in a church or in someone's house. They have grand sculptures. They're built almost like a house on the outside, or like a church. They're very very much indicative of the class, the family that the person came from. And I know, yes, I'm talking about death, but bear with me. But overall, this is being in the Recoleta for me was about confronting my own mortality. And it looks like the Queen of Pentacles is looking at the same thing here, maybe confronting her own mortality. Maybe this Queen of Pentacles was so focused, I'm sorry to say this, maybe this Queen of Pentacles was so focused on doing all this and having that mindset of doing it alone that she missed out on building a relationship and pushed someone away. And now she's thinking about what she is, what is now essentially just completely done. Because after the Four of Swords is the Five of Swords, and that's the end of a collaboration. But underneath this Four of Swords, we also have the Tower. So there could be a Tower moment coming through some message of passion and some sort of legal intervention. I don't know who this is for. Yeah. Wow. This is very sad energy. But let's see if I can maybe clarify some of this, because I don't want to leave on like a sad note, right? So let's get a little bit deeper into this reading. see. Spirit, can you come into this reading again with some clarification on some of the cards, please? Okay, Spirit, you want me to cut the cards? Okay. Nope, you don't want that one. Okay. Cool. All right. Okay. So let's see. Spirit, can you clarify the Queen of Pentacles? Yep. Can you clarify justice? Okay. Yep. Same thing. Page of Wands. Can you clarify the Six of Cups, please? Oof. Yeah. Yep. Spirit is essentially confirming a few things. Yeah, there's still this Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, or the Justice card. And it's the same thing. This Page of Wands is bringing, it's news. It's good news, but who's it good news for? Whoever is in this position of strength. Whoever is in this position of, I'm moving forward. I'm moving forward to my dream. The Queen of Pentacles, I'll just do that since I did that. I think I actually did that first. But the Queen of Pentacles is the same energy of building something, but typically I look at the Three of Wands as someone who's, yes, building something and making something concrete. But this was someone who was building on their own and didn't necessarily build something stable, didn't necessarily build collaboratively. I still see in this reading a little bit of what the New Moon Gemini reading said. We're still in that dark moon energy. We're still looking at our shadow, but this is someone who is building something. They're building something, but they built it alone, and they built it under the auspices of old paradigms, old structures, old the patriarchy. I'm sorry to say, this Queen of Pentacles finds herself unable to build something in a man's world because it's no longer a man's world. When I say man, it's no longer the world of the patriarchy. And so the paradigm that she has been building on is no longer in existence. So this could be, honestly, I'm looking at this, I'm trying to look at this in a good way, but this is looking at something in, this is freedom for both sides of this equation, although someone is going to be saddened by it. But the Six of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Swords. And the Nine of Swords is, the thing that keeps you up at night, which is, either the children in the situation or the memory of the relationship in the past. Someone is being kept up at night, and I believe it's this Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. Let me see if I can get some more out of this reading. Is there anything about the Queen of Pentacles that could help her out? Maybe gather some friends. Maybe meet up with some friends. Have a little celebration. Is there anything? That's a lot of cards, Spirit. That's a lot of cards. But you know what? Spirit gave, I will receive. What else can we do for the Queen of Pentacles? The Page of Cups. Yeah, this is the Queen of Pentacles is going to have to try something new. She's going to have to try feeling, hearing more. She's going to have to start to learn to receive to be in more of a feminine energy. Ooh, I hate to say that. Oh my gosh. But all in all, there's 10 of cups to her side of the situation as well, eventually. I mean, there's a lot of cups here, actually. Yeah. But it is overall confirmed with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is, again, moving away from things that haven't worked toward very, very possibly their own Ten of Cups. So, yeah, this is for the good of all to move away. You know, one side is moving away this way, the Queen of Pentacles is moving this way, and it looks like it's a necessary thing. It's a good thing. Although, yes, I will say it is sad, but it's a good thing. Okay. Let me see if I can get you some loving guidance. Okay. I'm going to go with Rumi Oracle again this time. Well, I don't know when the last time I used it, but I have used it a few times, so I say again. Okay. Alright. Spirit, can we get some guidance for those who might see themselves in this reading? This ending, this separation, this movement forward and out. Each of them going toward their Ten of Cups. Can you give me a message for maybe separation, individuation? Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for all your help and guidance. Can you give me a card for this reading that will help the collective? Can you give me a card for this reading? Well, isn't that a card? So, here it is. The card is the One card. Put this way. Yep, it's the One card. ONE, but it's numbered 6. So it's the 6th card in the deck, but it's the number 1 card. So let's go ahead and read number 1. And by the way, this might take another maybe 10 minutes. So I apologize for the length, but it's with Rumi cards, it's totally worth it. Okay, get a flip here. Okay. 1. I have abolished duality from myself. I have seen the two worlds as one. One I seek, one I know, one I see, and one I call. Rumi. You look for me, and what do you see? You. Am I playing games with you? Holding up a mirror for you to behold God? Yes. These are the games of love and truth. Look for me and find yourself, for I am you and you are me. And together we are one, playing hide and seek in love's great playground. Like molten gold poured from the furnace of divine love into a one-of-a-kind mold, you are created uniquely and of divine essence. You are both the lover and the beloved. There is no aspect of your life separate from your spiritual journey. And there is no aspect of you that is not of divine origin. So why then the frowning, the fear, or the questioning? Let me share a sublime secret with you. Let me whisper it into your heart now. There is nothing to fear. All is unfolding according to the divine genius, and there is a sweet shift in store for you. Sweet shift. Okay. No matter how dire circumstances may appear to be or despairing you may feel, there is still an avenue through which fulfillment and resolution will be granted. This will happen. That is because the divine seeks wholeness of the one. That means anything and everything part of existence, and that includes you and all aspects of your being and life, is claimed by the divine. You return to the divine. Your return to the divine is demanded. Every part of you, every life circumstance. The divine keeps rigorous, flawless accounts. Therefore, nothing shall be left unaccounted for, not even that which seems to be outside divine intention and grace at this moment. You must remember that you are a living heart, the dweller at the center between heaven and earth, star and soil, light and dark. If you cannot summon the joy to rise up and meet the divine beloved, fear not. That cunning lover lies deep within the depths, waiting to gather you into sacred embrace as you descend into darkness. And again, we talk about darkness, we talk about the dark moon. The divine is there to catch you in this. So sometimes we have to let go. We have to let go. Either through flying or falling, you shall be caught and tangled up in divine embrace. So fear not, cast aside worry and concern. Know that you are thoroughly itemized on the divine ledger, and not one moment of your struggle or suffering shall miss the hawk-like gaze of the ever-attentive and heavenly beloved. This oracle comes to you with particular guidance. There is a friction or conflict within you or your life right now. A sense perhaps of being pulled in more than one direction and confusion because of this. You are questioning which path to take, this way or that. What if you choose this path and it turns out the other would have been better? But how can you know now what choice, if any, is most needed in your life? So many questions. Your mind is scurrying. There is no other word for it. And again, we're in that Gemini energy where, Gemini is just back and forth and we're just like, it's like an endless mirror. Yeah. Let's keep going. Backwards and forwards it goes, to and fro, trying to settle upon the truth. I love you too much to allow this to continue unchecked. Surrender it. Give it up. The truth you seek is this. You shall be. I don't know if you can see it, but I have my Just Be sign up here. That's one of my favorite terms. You shall manifest your destiny just as the acorn grows into the oak tree. You cannot be other than what you are, and as you accept this, life responds. It breathes and relaxes around you, so what you need can come to you more easily. It finds you, drawn to the need in you that is natural and inviting, and not a cause for anxiety or distress. The need leads to satiety. What is desired and what fulfills that desire is one. They are lovers that come to each other naturally, even through darkness and confusion, drawn to one another, following the natural course of the universe to become one. So do not fret, my dear beloved. Do not fear. Do not hold back from that which feels incomplete out of anxiety or distress. It is just the lover that will soon be joined by the beloved. You are recognizing the moment before this occurs, so fret not, and instead let that inner lover loose. Allow her to shake out her hair, put on her most sensuous perfume, and yes, Queen of Pentacles is really good at that, really good at making herself sensuous and fragrant and lush, and short of being the Queen of Wands, that's about as close as she gets. So fret not, and instead let that inner lover loose. Allow her to shake out her hair, put on her most sensuous perfume, and laugh as she dances barefoot in fields of lush grass and fragrant flowers. Let her tempt her beloved to come close because she can be seen, she can be heard. Her movement sends her scent through the air. She entices the yearning beloved to her, and soon enough they meet. And it becomes possible for, yet again, two to become one, and then there will be wild peace and ecstatic contentment within you. If there is any part of you struggling to surrender the conflict between old and new, between what has been and what needs to be, again, this is, the Six of Cups is about, looking at that past energy. The Queen is kind of like pondering on it. Between passion and duty, creativity and rationality, between this role or identity, then know this, even the conflict serves. Even the conflict serves. Even the trouble that you are going through serves. even the issues that you are dealing with serve. They serve. They all serve. Okay. And then I love that statement right there. Don't choose either one and believe it is the answer. Sometimes the sacrifice is not one or the other, but the idea that it can only be one or the other. At another level, a level of divine resolution, there is beyond the apparent polarity and conflict a third way, the rising up to where there is only one perfection taking place constantly. Open your heart. You'll find the bridge to understanding and trusting in that perfection there, where it has always been and will always be. Don't worry. All is happening exactly how it should. This oracle brings you particular guidance. There is a resolution and a perfect coming together of elements in your life that might have seemed disparate or in conflict. Something you have been trying to integrate is so very nearly ready to click into place. Perform the sacred honoring ritual and stay with your process. The coherence, the integration, the balance, and coming together you seek is on your horizon, approaching you swiftly now. So I'm going to give you the sacred honoring ritual. And it's as easy as sitting where you are, hopefully not in traffic or driving. And I will give you a couple seconds to get situated. And when you are situated, okay. Sacred honoring ritual. Place your hands at your heart and say aloud, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally, I gaze into my heart, and you are there. I gaze into your heart and see my own face. We are one. This oneness is contagious. May it swiftly affect every aspect of my inner world so that my outer existence aligns gently with perfect harmony with the great divine beloved. You and I are one with the perfection of divinity unfolding, now and always. Through grace and my own free will, so be it. When you are ready, place your hands in prayer position and bow your head in reverence and recognition to the one divine plan unfolding. Say, I surrender into the one truth of divine perfection, which includes my own divine destiny now. Through mercy and grace, so be it. I'm going to read this through again so that you can do it as I'm saying it. So again, place your hands at your heart and say aloud, Rumi, who loves me unconditionally. I gaze into my heart and you are there. I gaze into your heart and see my own face. We are one. This oneness is contagious. May it swiftly affect every aspect of my inner world so that my outer existence aligns gently with perfect harmony with the great divine beloved. You and I are one with the perfection of divinity unfolding, now and always. Through grace and my own free will, so be it. When you are ready, place your hands in prayer position and bow your head in reverence and recognition to the one divine plan of unfolding. Now repeat after me. I surrender into the one truth of divine perfection, which includes my own divine destiny now. Through mercy and grace, so be it. When you are ready, simply close your eyes, bow your head again. Then you have completed your ritual. All right, friends. Thank you for being here with me today again. And I look forward to seeing you. Next week. you are interested in a reading, feel free to contact me. Otherwise, have a beautiful week. Have a beautiful, energetic week, um, filled with good communication and divine acceptance, divine truth, divine clarity. You are one. It doesn't matter physically who you are with, you are one. Prepare yourself. The lover is coming. The beloved is coming. Okay? All right. Thank you so much. Bye bye.